Hello again, OGB here. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm making gold in Uldman on my Paladin in Phase 2 of Season of Discovery. Before we get started, let's quickly take a look at my build. It's 31 points in Holy, and other than that, there's really only 3 talent choices worth discussing. The first one is Spiritual Focus. We're going to need this because we will not always have Holy Shock to heal ourselves up. Although Holy Shock is going to be our primary source of healing, it'll be necessary to Holy Light ourselves to top off from time to time. The second one is Improved Seal of Righteousness. We're taking this because it also applies to Seal of Martyrdom, so we're just increasing our damage here. And the last one to talk about is Lasting Judgment. We're going to want this just to make our lives a lot easier whenever we have to kite mobs or hit something that isn't the primary target. We don't want our judgments falling off. Not to mention, rejudging wisdom is fairly costly. So to make a long story short, the way this run works is you walk in the front door of Uldman and you start face tanking the mobs until you get through the first 2 bosses, and you will use Art of War with Holy Shock and Exorcism to do damage and heal yourself at the same time. Also, make sure you're judging wisdom on each target. One other thing I'd like to cover before we get too deep into this is should you ever overpull or screw up and need some way to recover, you can use the edges of the hallway to send these mobs on a run. This works with pretty much all these stone goblet thingies and makes it almost impossible to die. Once you reach Revlosh, just pull him and his ads back to this corner here, and whenever he casts his lightning spell, line of sight him around the edge of the corner. Just rinse and repeat this, and it's pretty easy. You may have to cast a Holy Light or 2 on yourself. Should be no big deal as long as you have Wisdom judged. Revlosh and Iron both have some decent loot on them that people use as pre-bis options, so it's never a bad idea to ask around and see if anybody wants to come in and buy some of these pieces off of you when they drop. As you can see, I have a hunter in my party, and I'm going to get the Revlosh's armbands and the Iron agility bracelets from this run. It's up to you what you want to try to sell them for, but I usually sell them pretty cheap, 2 to 3 gold each. Now, in order to summon the next boss, we're going to have to go down this little side hallway, clear it out, and grab the medallion to create her staff. If you happen to be a miner, there's almost always an iron or mithril node in this room, so that's a nice little bonus if you happen to use that profession. Once you have the required items, head back to the boss room, finish clearing out whatever mobs you need to, and then go ahead and summon the boss. In order to kill her, I'm going to use my PvP trinket because she does do a stun, and I'm going to bring her back to one of the corners in the hallway where I can use the edge to get myself some relief when she does a lot of damage. The main trick for this is to just be conservative with your health, and anytime she gets you near 50%, especially if there's a possibility she could stun you there, just jump up the wall and heal yourself up, then go right back down and start killing her again. Eventually she'll die. The runs are about 20 minutes each, and it also takes about 3 runs to fill up my bags, so it works out pretty nicely in that way. And what I end up getting out of that is generally about 10 to 12 gold in just vendor trash, and that includes turning all my silk into bandages and vendoring that. I did 3 runs for the sample for this video, and I ended up with a stack of mage weave, a large knapsack, a BOE blue, and 6 or 7 green items that I disenchanted on my alt, and I got 4 greater mystic essences. So altogether I made about 28 gold from the hour I spent in Uldman, and it could have been a little bit more if I had mining. That's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, get out there, do some farming, and subscribe to my channel because I have more stuff in the works. OGB out.